मुख्य आर्थिक सलाहकार वी अनंत नागेश्वरन ने जी बिजनेस से एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत में कहा कि फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2025 में जीडीपी ग्रोथ 6.5 से 7% रहने का अनुमान है। वहीं महंगाई दर 4.5% रहने की उम्मीद उन्होंने जाहिर की। उन्होंने इकोनॉमिक सर्वे को लेकर और क्या कुछ कहा, आइए सुनते हैं।
हमारे साथ है चीफ इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजर वी अनंत नागेश्वरन सर, जिन्होंने आज इकोनॉमिक सर्वे पेश किया है। सर, मैं आपसे स्टार्ट करना चाहूंगा। आपने 6.5 से 7% का ग्रोथ रेट रखा है। सर, बाकी जिसने भी इंडिया की ग्रोथ स्टोरी को फोरकास्ट किया उन्होंने 7 से ऊपर ही ग्रोथ रेट दिया। तो सर, इतना कंजर्वेटिव रेट लेने के पीछे क्या बड़ी वजह है?
It's not conservatism for the sake of it. We were more comfortable with the 7% number earlier in the year when we presented Indian economy a review late January. At the time, the monsoon was not yet there, and we also had hopes that geopolitical environment would improve, and financial markets would have already probably become more stable and might have experienced an orderly correction, etc. So there are multiple reasons. In the presentation that I made this afternoon, I spoke about medium-term factors, the global context, which is difficult for India and challenging. But in the near term, I also mentioned the fact that lately the monsoon has been very patchy. We are almost beyond the halfway point. The monsoon has been patchy in different areas. Geographical distribution is uneven, and financial markets are probably turning in the developed world, which will have spillover effects in India as well, in the Indian markets as well. And also the geopolitical conflicts are widening out, and some of them could have significant supply disruptions, etc. And also the fact that excess capacity in China and the potential for surge in imports could, I'm not saying it will, it might hold back. It might induce some caution in the pace of investment plans. It's not that they are going to become completely pessimistic, but the corporate capital formation growth, which has been expanding in the last 3 years, the expansion rate might slow down. And these are the reasons why we have said that the growth rate of 6.5 to 7 looks more realistic and feasible to us at this point. And at some stage, as more data come in, if we find out that we have been extra cautious or excessively cautious, we'll be more than happy to change our projections. And as I said in the presentation, most of the GDP growth numbers are always exceeded or are undershot in terms of reality. So the forecasts are merely some sort of a pointer to how well the economy is doing. And there we are very upbeat. Back to you.
Sir, I agree with you, sir. सर, लेकिन यदि हम कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर की बात करें या प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट की तरफ से जो कंपनीज की तरफ से जो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर है उसकी बात करें, तो स्पेशली सर जो प्राइवेट कंपनीज हैं उनकी तरफ से जो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर हो रहा है, क्या आप उनकी ग्रोथ रेट से खुश हैं या आपको लगता है अभी स्कोप ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट है?
We don't have a particular forecast or a growth estimate for private sector capital formation, but all we can note is that in 21-22 and 22-23, it did very well. And in 23-24, based on a small sample of about 3,000 companies, plus we have noticed that the private sector capital formation was up by about 20%. So in that sense, private sector capital formation has been on the recovery, has been on the mend since the COVID ended. But I also mentioned that bulk of the investment has been in dwellings and construction, but investment in machinery and equipment, investment in intellectual property products have to pick up.
Okay. Secondly, sir, आपने अपनी जो राइडर्स बोले ग्रोथ के, उसमें एक था कि फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट्स में जो एक्सेसिव इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है वो भी cause of concern है. Sir, आप इसको थोड़ा सा elaborate करेंगे?
It is not about financial products per se. It is what kind of financial products are attracting the investments and what kind of financial products we are. I don't think it is a systemic phenomena yet, but I think we need to prevent it from becoming a systemic phenomena. And some of the private sector participants themselves have commented on it. And I think the capital markets regulator The chairperson has commented on it, because ultimately we want our capital markets to be conduits for savings into efficient capital formation, but not for speculation, which only strengthens the bottom line of financial intermediaries.
तो सर आपको लगता है कि इस समय कलेक्टिव एक्शन एफएनओ साइड में होना चाहिए सरकार की तरफ से, रेगुलेटर्स की तरफ से?
No, I mean, I think the regulator, it's predominantly something in the regulator's domain, and I think we understand that they have appointed some kind of a committee or a working group to look into it, so we don't have to prejudge the outcome.